Hello and welcome everyone. In this video, we are going to talk about Godzilla. After watching this video you will know about all powers and abilities Godzilla has. Everyone knows about Godzilla's main powers. Thanks to countless movies, toys, and even a few animated cartoons, even non-monster fans know Godzilla is a giant dinosaur-like creature with incredible strength and an invulnerable hide. The King of Monsters' atomic breath is also a signature part of his appeal, making fans wait for intense anticipation for the first moment Godzilla cuts loose and barbecues his enemies with his white-hot radioactive death ray. So before we get started, don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon to make sure you will not miss an upcoming update. With that out of the way, let's get started with the video. Godzilla is shown to possess immense physical strength and muscularity. Godzilla is amphibious. It has a preference for traversing Earth's hydrosphere when in hibernation or migration, can breathe underwater, and is described in the original film by the character Dr. Yamane as a transitional form between a marine and a terrestrial reptile. Godzilla is shown to have great vitality. It is immune to conventional weaponry thanks to its rugged hide and ability to regenerate. And as a result of surviving a nuclear explosion, it cannot be destroyed by anything less powerful. It has an electromagnetic pulse-producing organ in its body which generates an asymmetrical permeable shield, making it impervious to all damage except for a short period when the organ recycles. In Godzilla vs. Hedorah 1971, Godzilla decides to get more creative with his radioactive breath by curling his tail around his body and aiming his atomic blast at the ground. Incredibly, this propels Godzilla into the air and sends him flying backward. The flight is relatively slow-paced, but accompanied by some hilarious music, and remains one of Godzilla's more bizarre feats. Godzilla is said to be over 400 feet tall, but this is actually an inaccuracy. In truth, the King of Monsters changes size regularly, becoming as big as whatever monster he's fighting. Sharp-eyed viewers will notice that Godzilla's height often seems to shift in comparison to the buildings he's smashing through, although he rarely changes size while he's on camera. His trademark power is his atomic breath, an ability that he's had since the original 1954 film. Godzilla's atomic breath, which should never be confused with fire, has been used by every version of Toho's Godzilla, as well as the Monster vs. version. It's an incredibly powerful beam attack that normally resembles a blast of blue fire. Godzilla creates it by gathering the radioactive energy within his body and emitting it from his mouth. It's much hotter and more dangerous than fire. It can easily melt through any structure Godzilla targets. Plus, it can do so significant harm to his enemies. An official Godzilla guidebook has stated that the atomic breath has a temperature of 500,000 degrees Celsius. In 1974's Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, the King of the Monsters was up against his robotic counterpart, who proved to be quite a challenge. Godzilla and King Caesar were struggling to beat him until a thunderstorm erupted. After being repeatedly bombarded with lightning, Godzilla somehow turned into a magnetic force. Godzilla was able to magnetically pull numerous metal objects to his body. He was even able to reel in Mechagodzilla, who was incapable of escaping Godzilla's magnetic pull. Thanks to this strange and unexplained power, Mechagodzilla was swiftly defeated. Godzilla has always possessed quick healing, but his ability to heal actually became a major plot point in the 1990 series. It was said that Godzilla's cells, known as G-cells, have regenerative qualities that allow his body to quickly repair itself. The injuries that Godzilla sustains in battle generally stick around for the remainder of the fight, but they're usually gone in time for Godzilla's next battle. The atomic bomb is what created Toho's Godzilla, mutating him and filling him with radioactive power. Godzilla releases this energy through his atomic breath, but Godzilla vs. Violante revealed that he can emit it in other ways. If Godzilla is in a situation that calls for something more wide-reaching than a blast of atomic breath, he can charge up and release a nuclear pulse, which is an attack that unleashes a wave of atomic energy from his body. This wave obliterates anything in the vicinity. The red spiral heat ray is the most powerful attack Godzilla has in his arsenal. It was because of the red spiral heat ray that Godzilla was able to defeat three of his most powerful foes ever: Mechagodzilla, Space Godzilla, and Destoroyah. It made a return to the Godzilla franchise when it was used to save the Earth from an asteroid in Godzilla Final Wars. Shin Godzilla presented audiences with a drastically different version of Godzilla who had more abilities than all previous versions. This Godzilla is capable of shooting atomic rays out of all multiple parts of his body, not just his mouth. He can fire several atomic rays at once from both tip of the tail and his back spikes. Godzilla went through several transformations in Shin Godzilla. At one point, he actually resembled a giant eel. His body was able to adapt to certain situations and evolve as the movie went on. After going through a few forms, he finally resembled a creature that could be recognized as Godzilla. It was said in the movie that if Godzilla continued to evolve, he could have grown wings. This ability defied the conventions of the franchise and is unlikely to make another appearance. And with that, we will bring this video to an end. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.